Hey, this end of the road haunts. And I must say, there's been a lot of discussion around Spirit Halloween 2023. I mean, I've been part of it. But that gets me thinking. 2023 is Spirit's big 40th anniversary. And because of this, a lot of people are making a lot of, expectations, predictions. Now, most of them revolve around them being, like, the animatronics being scarier, cooler. And while, yes, I do think maybe we'll see a few more Flashback Fridays this year, or something similar to that, I want to answer a question here. Considering a lot of people did not like last year, 2022, me included. Now, especially in retrospect, I think that was a pretty stinky year. Now, there are some people who do like it, and look, if you liked 2022, you're not wrong. You're just not correct. But anyways, with this, decline in quality, I'd like to answer a bit of a question I've had, and I've wanted to make this video for, a long time now. But here's that question. Is there hope for Spirit Halloween 2023? Will the animatronics get better? Or will they, hell, even get worse, even stay the same? So today, I'll be attempting to answer this. Now, just so that way you can leave the video with a nice taste in your mouth, happy to go to bed, knowing that Spirit's gonna be all fun and dandy, I'm going to start off with the negatives, if you can call them that. Why there might not be hope for Spirit Halloween. I have less points for this than I do with is there hope. But I gotta say, I think these points are equally strong. And the first one I have is that, people have been talking about the quality and scariness dropping over the years. And I actually don't know if the scariness was a problem with this year. Hear me out. Because I'll get to that later with why there is hope. But my main issue was the quality. It just feels like this year there were so many rushed animatronics. Like, Bag of Bones feels like it was thrown together in 3 seconds. Tombstone Terror less. Young Crouchy, again, just complete devoid of any creativity there. Like, there were just so many animatronics that they just felt so rushed. They felt so... It feels like there was no love put into them. It was very much, oh, Crouchy's a popular prop. Let's make him small. And so I just... Because say what you will about props like Johnny Punk, but I've got to say, we have not seen a single bully prop from Spirit Halloween. So, say what you will about Johnny Punk, but someone had to use their brain cells for that. They really rubbed them together and thought, hey, you know what? Let's do a scary bully. And now, was Johnny Punk the best prop of all time? No, definitely not. Everybody hates him. But you can at least respect the effort there. But even the best animatronics of this year, Bog Zombie is just a, pretty good zombie prop. Strawman is a pretty good scarecrow prop, but neither of these are, groundbreaking. Monty's pretty cool and uncanny, but again, he's very simplistic. Lord Raven's awesome. I love his voice and stuff, and his phrases, they fit him so well. But it's just that if you throw a skull on him, then he just looks like regular Reaper. And look, I get setting these really high standards for Spirit Halloween each year is a little bit... Yeah, they're not gonna make Mr. Dark every year. Sure, they're not gonna make Grimm every year. They're not gonna make Harvester of Souls every year. But just because you don't have these over-the-top mechanisms and, crazy concepts doesn't mean you can't have a good prop. I'll be honest, back in 2018, you know what prop completely blew me away when I saw it online? Burlap Horror. You might think that he's a pretty meh thing, but to me, that concept of the monster and the, scarecrow look was so cool. And the audio was great, and the fact that it was static was so awesome. But is he groundbreaking prop at all? No, absolutely not. Compare him to Harvester of Souls, compare him to Mr. Dark. No, he barely even scratched them. But he was so damn cool, and it felt like there was thought put into him. So, why might there not be hope for Spirit Halloween 2023? Well, it feels like thought and the props are just going down. Now, the second point I have for 2023 being less good or same level is one that I think could be a very, I don't know, in my cynical ass brain, I think it's definitely a very large possibility. But that is that Spirit Halloween is getting more popular. You may be surprised. Why is this a bad thing? Like, if they're getting more popular, aren't they going to listen to their fans? I argue that maybe, yeah, maybe you're correct. Correct? But anyways, maybe they'll listen to their fans. However, the opposite can be said. I think in the Haunter community, I know there are multiple people that follow it, but like, even so, a majority of Spirit's business is made from just your average Halloween shopper, like, oh, I want to put a fun little tombstone guy on my porch. So they buy that. And a majority of it is costumes, too. So the thing is, making these animatronics that are, like, simple and not as groundbreaking or awesome or, like, scary, it's, like, as you've seen, back then, when an animatronic sucked, like Johnny Punk or something, nobody bought it. You'd see, like, 5 demos of it on YouTube. But now it's getting harder and harder to tell. It's like, no matter what they make, there's still a ton of people who are going to buy them. So it might even get to the point that, I mean, hate to be, all sad here, but piss off, like, a couple Haunter 12-year-olds. Oh, well, business goes on. Now, the next part I have is kind of intertwined with that, but it's not quite is there hope for Spirit Halloween 2023, but I think it's the answer to why everybody's like, why was Home Depot better this year? Why was Party City this year? I don't know if Spirit can afford to make their animatronics, like, scarier and stuff. Because it's possible, like, even with the costumes, maybe next year there are some small kids who, like, go in and, like, try to look at costumes, but they just get scared away. I know that's what I was sort of like when I was younger, except it wasn't costumes. But it's like, the part is, animatronics make up a fair amount of Spirit's actual profits. Now, a majority of that is probably costumes, as I've said. But here's the thing. What really differentiates Spirit from a costume store is the animatronics. Like, the animatronics are the reason Spirit Halloween is Spirit Halloween, and not just another Halloween store. It's the animatronics, it's the themes. So if they alter them, then, like, there's a good chance if the majority of people don't like them, then, it's possible that that could change their, profits. Now, as for that answer to why Home Depot and stuff might have been cooler this year, the reason I personally think is because with Home Depot, for example, they can afford to make these out there, like, fairly outlandish, original ideas. You know why? If people don't buy their animatronics, oh well, people come to Home Depot, not for the animatronics. It's for the 2x4s, it's for the spackle, it's for the drills. That's what Home Depot is. It's a hardware store. Same with Party City. Arguably, animatronics and Halloween stuff has a larger stake in Party City than Home Depot, sure. But again, Party City's for little Timmy's birthday party to get, balloons and stuff. So, with Spirit, because animatronics have so much meaning to their company, if they alter them, at least in person, online is a whole other beast, then who knows what'll happen. I can see why it would be a bad idea for them financially. Okay, sorry to get a little, sad and doomerish there. Now, is there hope for Spirit Halloween 2023? I believe yes. I honestly think it is fairly 50-50. Now, why might that be? And I've talked about earlier how Spirit might actually be fairly scarier. That was fairly scary in 2022. And I'm gonna be honest, I damn agree. Because let's think about this for a second. I mean, you have Monty. He doesn't talk. He's just creepy as hell. Bog Zombie, a really detailed, like, really worked on, cool, and also freaky zombie. He doesn't talk, he just moves, sways, and so that's really cool. Lord Raven talks about ripping the flesh off your bones. Perfect. Even Possessed Pumpkin, talks about carving your head into a jack-o'-lantern. Betty Sharp, even though people don't like her, she has blood, and you can clearly see her concept of having her dead sister in the bag. So that's pretty neat. And because of this, I do think there is hope for Spirit Halloween 2023, simply because animatronics, I believe, are getting scarier. At least online only. The Widow, that was pretty freaky. Filler props. Deadly Creeper. Maybe not the scariest, but big spiders are pretty classic. I can say we all like ourselves a big spider. Strawman. Not the scariest prop, but I mean, he was alright. Like, his phrases are fairly Halloweeny, spooky. So I do think there's hope for it. And I mean, even when we look at the bad props, for example, Tombstone Terror and Bag of Bones, they're cheap as hell. But I gotta be honest, I've jumped at Bag of Bones a lot. And young Crouchy, I know it might piss some haunters off. However, if you aren't familiar with the original Crouchy, he's a small bloody clown that looks like he could, jump on your shoulders, tear off your scalp. But anyways, I've made a whole video in the past about why, that's the case. But anyways, the second reason I have for why this might be a better year is because it's the 40th anniversary. If there is a year for Spirit to listen to their fans, see what we want, it has to be an anniversary of sorts. So 40th is perfect. This would be the ultimate time to listen to their fans. So I think that gives us hope on Flashback Fridays / returns. Maybe not a bunch of them in stores, probably at least one. But online only, we could see a fairly fat lineup. That's definitely possible. And while they're looking for this, what people want for 2023, they've gotta come across some of this make the animatronics scarier. So even if we hit a compromise with in-stores being pretty chill, but online only having gore and stuff, I'm fine with that. Then finally, the third reason for why it may be better is what props sold well. I can't really tell, but from what it seems, I feel like a lot of the props that a lot of people liked this year were some of the scarier ones. Lord Raven, Monty, Bog Zombie. They all sold pretty well. Strawman. So it's possible with this. I made that video back then about how, Spirit is mainly, for the money. So if you want the scary stuff, buy the scary stuff. So it's possible that people wanting, if they're buying this stuff up, then Spirit will be like, oh, well, whoop-de-doo. People want the spooky stuff. Let's give them the spooky stuff. It sells well. Now, I must say, if next year, I'm fine if it isn't cut off arms, cut off heads, screaming, mutilated zombies. But I must say, if it stays at the Nightcrawler, Bog Zombie, Monty-ish level of spookiness, I think that's alright. I'll be honest, I think this is a pretty good level of scariness. I don't think that... of course, I like the gory. I like the, scarier stuff. But, again, Monty is pretty uncanny. Bog Zombie is, a great zombie. So, I definitely think that 2023 may not be an awful year. So let me know your thoughts on this on the comments below. Do you think there is actually hope for Spirit Halloween 2023? And, well, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.